Hey, we've got everybody on. With all the numbers tonight, that's a huge accomplishment, so really good. Let me start, first of all, by welcoming everyone. As you can tell, pretty much the world has checked in, as I hear people checking in from Australia and Hawaii and Canada and all through the U.S. So very exciting to have so many people join us this evening. As many of you know, we've been meeting like this for over 25 years every Monday night. So it's really a blessing to be so connected to so many of you worldwide. It's exciting, and it's very, I think, empowering to all of us to have this form of connection. Let me start, first of all, by introducing myself. My name is Cheryl Cortese. I'm a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company, and I've had that honor and privilege and great prosperity, but especially great happiness now for over 28 years. I have been with the company for that length of time, and I'm looking forward to the next 28 years. But it's really been an amazing experience and one that just continues to grow and is very enjoyable and has been from the very beginning. For those of you who may be joining us for the first time, let me give you a little company history. Our company, the Juice Plus Company, is actually 46 years old. We entered the marketplace many years ago, and a little before the time I started with them, with a product I'm sure you're all familiar with today. We were the company that invented and introduced smoke detectors for the home many years ago, and obviously that set the pace for what became just an amazing, successful future. We entered the field of environmental products with water filter and air filter products for the home in the early 80s. Again, multi-billion-dollar success, and at this point, 24 years ago, we entered the field of health technology with Juice Plus and the Juice Plus family of products. So, you know, if you look at our company, it's basically for the safety, health, and well-being of mankind. And the safety, of course, with the smoke detection, but then, you know, health and well-being, water filtration, air filtration, pure food, which is what Juice Plus is just a good, pure way to have a large intake of fruits, vegetables, and berries on a daily basis. And so we've really lived in that model for all these years and very successfully so. We love the Juice Plus product, certainly those who have been blessed to come across it. For myself, it was all those years ago. I feel very blessed that it's part of my body and that of my family, not only for our own health and well-being and the people that we love, but for all of us, those people that we come across on a daily basis as we build and develop across the world. But our product certainly is a superstar, and we've been very blessed, too, to, over all these years, have many people who come to our call to share their experiences, whether it's product experience, product information many times, and business information. We've always had great input from folks as to, you know, various aspects of our Juice Plus product, what we do and how we go about doing it. And tonight, of course, is the call that I know we all really enjoy. And we have joining us many terrific teams, I think you would say, teams who are on Juice Plus, some of them who have been on Juice Plus their entire lives, some of them who maybe just for a few months. But certainly one of the things that stand out about our product is that at any point in life, whether it's, you know, the fact that you're just entering or that, you know, you've lived nearly your entire lifespan, Juice Plus certainly has not only a place but a real strength to support that body at any point in life. And so tonight we're going to hear some exciting stories from some folks, some young folks who are really enjoying the benefits of Juice Plus. So I'm going to go first to Mitchell and Nedra Oldham. They're 16-year-old twins. They live in Kingman, Arizona. Mitchell plays high school football. He has done triathlons. He's black belt in martial arts, as well as being an excellent student. So obviously, you know, really has it all going on there. Nedra is a top student in her class. a cheerleader and just finished hiking from rim to rim the Grand Canyon, which certainly impresses me. I was at the Grand Canyon recently, and that would be a feat in itself. She plays the harp and dances ballet as well. So, Mitchell, let me start with you, and maybe you can share your story with people and just share with people how long you've been on Juice Plus and why do you take it?
Hi, thank you for introducing me. I've been on Juice Plus basically since I've been conceived. My mom and dad, they took Juice Plus before I was even born. Even when I was born, able to have solid food, my mom would open up the door. When I was old enough to have solid food, she'd give me the gummies, and ever since then I've just been on it. I guess there's no reason really not to take it. It's amazing. It's kept me going for 16 years. I've only been sick. I can't even count them on like 2 fingers. I've only been sick twice. Yeah.
Well, that's great. It sounds like you really can't compare life without Juice Plus because it has been your life since, as you said, you even began to enter as an embryo, right? So it's been part of you always, and, you know, what a wonderful edge to have, and certainly just ensuring what your life is like as a high school student. You've obviously got an edge. So as you said, there'd be no reason not to take it the rest of your life. But maybe share with people, have you noticed anything as far as, it sounds like you have a well, healthy body that serves you very well. How does this compare with, other students there at school, or have you noticed as you've been growing up, do you feel like you have an edge because of your Juice Plus?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally feel like I have the upper hand. I look around in my high school and I see people who aren't in class for at least maybe a week or so just because they come down with the flu or a certain virus, and I've never really had to deal with that, so it is a huge blessing, yeah.
And it really is, and I think it's wonderful to realize that that has given you the edge, and that it is a blessing that you could almost take for granted if you didn't see life around you otherwise. And what a blessing, to be able to depend on your body every day and, really know that you're going to have that state of good health. So I would say this is something you probably want to be on your entire life.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I totally want to stay on this. I definitely want to have my kids on this and my grandkids because it makes a huge difference.
So making it a lifelong project for you and your family. And I think that's another beautiful thing about our product and company. I know that your granddad, I think Pat Patterson is your grandfather. Am I right about that?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so I know Pat's been with us really a long time as far as national marketing director, so it would make sense that, his whole family would know about it and be involved in it. But one of the things that our company does that I think is so good to help promote the idea of children starting, from a great base of nutrition from the very beginning is what we call the Children's Health Study. And in the Children's Health Study, what happens is that for any adult who purchases the product, the child from 4 years old and until they graduate from college can, get Juice Plus free for 4 years. So it really gives people, a good financial reason as well to get that good start. So I'm so happy for you, Mitchell, that this has been, a good foundation for your health and something that you realize can really give you and your family and your future family an edge as far as their health is concerned. So thank you so much for sharing with us tonight your thoughts about this, okay?
My
really
pleasure.
Appreciate it. And so, Nedra, you are, I understand, Mitchell's twin, okay? So tell us about you. Tell us, I would guess that you have also been on Juice Plus your entire life from embryo on. But what are your thoughts about it? And what does that do you feel like for yourself? Obviously, you're a top student, you're a cheerleader, you're hiking the Grand Canyon. You seem to have an edge as far as your health as well.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of have long days because I wake up at 5:30 on a school day to get ready for early morning seminary, and then school doesn't end till 4, and that doesn't count for hours of practice and cheer and harp and homework. And even during basketball season, the earliest usually I get home is around 7 to even 9. So being on Juice Plus really helps me because I don't have enough. Sometimes the times when I don't have enough sleep, this really gives me the extra edge. And I do have a lot of friends, like my brother was saying, who have to take a few weeks off of school or a couple days where they can't participate in their sports because they don't have this extra awesomeness to help them keep going throughout their day. And like when I was hiking the Grand Canyon, I had to make sure I had as little as possible and only the important things. And I brought Juice Plus with me then, and it's something that I think is pretty vital in my life.
Wow, and that's amazing. I really, I'm just so happy and proud for both of you because just hearing you describe, the level at which you can take part in life. And, it's one thing to, really look at yourself and say, I'm healthy and, I don't ever miss school. But then when you really get into it and realize that your day starts at 5:30 and in the morning and that, many times you might not even get home till 7 in the evening because of the activities that you're able to be involved in, just to be able to participate in life at that level and do it on a consistent basis and, really have a high level of performance. And high level of performance is, not just the grades that you get in school, that's one thing, or the abilities that you have in athletics. It's really being able to live your life to the fullest at any point in time and be able to take part in the activities that you want to. So just very happy for both of you, and you all are a great reflection, I think, of your NMD grandfather, who I'm sure brought the product to all of you and, is very blessed himself as well as you all are that you have such a great thing to create that foundation to build on. The other thing that, we've seen, because we've had Juice Plus now for 24 years, is that people who have this from a foundational standpoint all the way through life, it makes a difference that compounds. Longevity, having really good health and being able to depend on that through your entire life and being able to pass on a higher level of health to your children. These things become aspects of life which people don't always think about, but really do enhance the experience. So thank you both so much for your input, and I'm just very happy for both of you. Anything else you'd like to share, either one of you, before I go to the next speaker?
Well, we are just grateful for our grandpa and everything that he's helped us accomplish through putting us on this. And we really love Juice Plus, and I think that's it.
Okay, well, that's great. Okay, well, thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go now to Russell Hutchinson. He's 13 years old. He's from Marblehead, Massachusetts. He has 2 older brothers and a younger sister. He is a high honors student. He's athlete, also heading into the 7th grade next year. He loves football and lacrosse. Russell also loves to fish in the waters of Marblehead and regularly wakes up before dawn to catch bait fish and striped bass in the summer when he's not playing lacrosse. So, Russell, maybe you can share with us some of your experience as well, maybe how long you've been on Juice Plus and why you take it, and what you've noticed for yourself, okay?
Yeah, well, I started Juice Plus about 6 years ago when I was 7, and my mom put me on the children's health study, and I think she was taking some of the stuff as well, just to try it out. And as a younger kid, I would get constant headaches and migraines, and I was also extremely constipated. And I would almost get headaches 2 to 3 times a week, actually, which was not fun. And sometimes I remember I would have to go to the ER once to get it.
Because the headaches were so bad, you would wind up in the ER?
Yeah.
And so that's when you were a little child.
That's when I think I was about 7 at that time. 7 at that time when it got to the point of the ER. My mom had tried pretty much everything, and she realized that I had to be with our health. So she put me on the children's health study, and my headaches, after 2 weeks or so, my headaches were almost completely gone, and I was feeling much better.
That's great. And the regularity as well. I mean, it sounded like your body kind of just went the way it should go in a healthy way in all directions. I'm really happy to hear that your headaches went away as well, because it's got to be very hard, no matter what age a person is, to have migraine headaches is a very, very, very painful and serious thing. So, you take Juice Plus today because I guess it keeps you in a really great state of health. Tell us about, how that feels now as far as you're being able to, attend school, all of the things. Obviously, you're an honors student here. You're an athlete. How do you think Juice Plus plays into that?
Yeah, so one thing that when my mom found Juice Plus, it wasn't only Juice Plus that we switched our diet to. We were never unhealthy eaters, but we just weren't having enough fruits and vegetables, so we started taking more of that just off of Juice Plus and with Juice Plus as well. And I remember me and my brothers and my sister weren't exactly too happy about that, but now we're definitely very grateful that we switched, because we know that we have the upper hand with our friends. Like, I'll see my friends out on the playing field drinking Gatorade and all that stuff, and they'll be hardly ready to play the third and fourth quarter almost. And I know that from taking all this, and I know that I'm much healthier as a person now.
That's great. So what you're watching is that your endurance and stamina when it comes to athletics, you see other people kind of get worn out a lot faster than you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really, amazing, because it definitely shows up. It shows up in any age that the endurance and, energy level, all those things are so much greater, and that you can depend on that. And that's a great thing, too, to be able to, go into any type of competition in athletics or having a long day as far as school, because, school is very demanding as well for many reasons, everything from homework to, just the length of the day. So
yeah. In the morning, too, I'll not only take the Juice Plus capsules, but I'll also me and my brothers will make a chocolate shake every morning before school, and that's our breakfast. And it's not only very delicious, but filling. And I think that's what helps us work hard and do good.
I'm sure it does. I mean, it sets you up for the day, and as you said, it's a delicious way to set up your day, and that's so good. So do you think Juice Plus will be something you're going to be on your entire life?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's so good.
Hope I will.
Well, I'm so happy for you, and I'm so happy that there are no more headaches. And one thing I can share with you, Russell, if you're consistent with your product and you're complete, you'll stay really, really healthy, and you'll always have that edge. And that's one of the things I've found for myself and my children and now my grandbaby, is that it really is kind of like an insurance policy as far as your health is concerned. So very happy for you, and I wish you great things. I know that you're gonna be amazing as time goes on. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking with us. And so now we're going to go to Jacob Wessel. He's 16. He's from Rockport, Massachusetts, and has been in the Children's Health Study for 2 years. He's a junior at Rockport High School, where he's an honors student and already taking a few AP classes. He is in the AAU Basketball League, plays basketball with the league all seasons except winter when he plays for his high school. Jake was selected by his school to participate in the Hugh O'Brien International Leadership Program, which he loves and will have just returned from a week-long training in Chicago. He's always eaten well and knows the value of health. So, Jacob, maybe you can share with people your experience on Juice Plus. It sounds like you've been on it for a couple of years, and so maybe you can give us some input as to why you take it and if you feel it gives you an edge.
Yeah, so I've been on Juice Plus for about 2 years, and it's just been great for me. I'm very busy between working hard in school and playing basketball, training, and working. I don't always have a lot of time to eat what I need and eat the right foods for optimum nutrition, and Juice Plus really gives me that chance and that edge that I need. It really helps.
Sounds like it fills in the gap.
Yeah, it does.
So, but, you know, you were sharing with me, you know, you already, I guess your family paid attention to eating well and, you know, the values of good health. But do you notice differences, like, between yourself and maybe the folks around you since you've been on Juice Plus, or have you noticed it giving you any bit of an edge over these 2 years?
Yeah, so physically and mentally I feel a lot sharper and stronger, and when I'm training I'm lasting longer, I'm working harder, I'm out there longer, which really translates to in games. So late in the fourth quarter I'm always ready to go, and I think Juice Plus has a large part in that and just really helps my endurance and stamina.
And that's exciting. I hear that all the time. You know, I've been marketing Juice Plus for over 24 years now, and that and the whole team that we have, we hear that so frequently. And there's got to be a little, you know, surge of happiness and excitement for yourself, even on a personal level, that, you know, the fourth quarter and you're still ready to go, as you said, and having that extra endurance and extra stamina and obviously having a long day. I think sometimes as people grow up into adulthood, they forget how demanding student life is if you're really going to not only have all of the requirements of, the scholastics, but that you want to participate in sports as well. That's pretty demanding, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, I'm happy for you that you have had such a good result, and it'll only get better and better as time goes on, which sometimes when we're in really good health, it's hard to imagine that, that edge gets stronger and stronger, but it really does as time goes on. As I said earlier, it really compounds. So congratulations to you and all of our speakers on the line tonight and all your accomplishments, because obviously you are all people who are committed to, excellence in your own lives, and this is giving you a really great edge. So thank you, Jacob. Anything else you'd like to share about Juice Plus? Or?
Thank you, and just that I'll always be on it because I got no reason to stop. It's really helped me a lot, and it's just been great, honestly.
Oh, that's great. Well, and I think that's a great commitment to yourself to always be on it, because what I've found for myself all these years and seen in my family is that, Juice Plus never lets you down. It's, it really does make that difference as far as we said, filling that gap between what you eat, what you wish you would eat every day and can't seem to totally manage. And that's for everybody, and from every walk of life and in every age group. We all have really good intentions to do the best for our health, but it's not always easy. So thank you so much for your input, and I'm glad you found Juice Plus and it found you.
Thank you for having me.
And now we'll go to Allison Hunt, and Allison lives in Norton, Massachusetts. She's 17 years old. She's a junior in high school, Allison is a swimmer since age 9. She swims on Crimson Aquatics and is for Norton High School. Now, so Allison, tell us about you and how long you've been on Juice Plus, and what you've noticed, why you take it, and what you feel like it's done for you.
I started Juice Plus about 5 months ago, and I started it because I have many allergies to antibiotics, and so I really just took it to boost my immune system so I wasn't getting sick. And ever since I started taking it, I felt a lot more stronger and energized in the pool and out of the pool, and I felt like my mental strength was stronger too.
Well, that's great. So you spend a lot of hours as well. You have a rather intense day because you not only have school and all the scholastic requirements that go along with that, but how long do you swim during the week? How often or how much training, I should say, do you do?
We have about 3 hours of practice every day.
So you're swimming 3 hours every day and working at it 3 hours a day, plus everything that's required for school. And you feel you've noticed a big difference in just this 5 months?
Yes, a major difference.
That's great. And did you say that you were tended to get sick more frequently and were on antibiotics often?
Yeah, I continuously got pneumonia for a few years in a row, and so far I haven't been getting any symptoms of it again since I started taking Juice Plus. That's
great. And I'd really encourage you to be real consistent with it so that you don't ever have to deal with that again, because it's wonderful to be able to, as I said, and we've heard from others tonight, to be able to participate on a high level at anything you want to do and achieve, and it's really nice to have Juice Plus as that support that can help you do that. And is this something you feel like you would want for yourself for your whole life?
I will definitely continue taking Juice Plus for my whole life and have my kids on it, and hopefully they will put their kids on it too.
That's great. Well, for all of you on the line, once again, thank you so much for your input tonight, and I am so happy for each of you that this is something you found to be, a really great support for your health, and thank you for sharing with people. And I think the great blessing here in calls like this, tonight we usually average anywhere from 900 to 1,000 people listening, and I think the wonderful thing, very important message gets out to people, across the nation and really across the world as we have people listening from other countries, that there are solutions, that people, are challenged many times with things that are, not easily defined. If we look at, Russell and him talking about migraines as a child and this making the difference. Sometimes you don't know exactly what it is that makes a difference, but if it makes a difference, nutrition is really, the key to so many things. The body is meant to be, a healing machine if it's given the right input. And so I think that, we've been fortunate in a way to almost prove this through the people who have had results and hear it from so many different places so often. So thank you all for that participation with us tonight and for sharing, because your stories are not only wonderful to hear, and we're, thrilled for you, but many times they make a huge difference for other people who are looking for answers as well and looking for that edge and looking for a way to really create an insurance for their life and to have the best health experience possible. So once again, thanks to all of you, and good luck to you. We'll be hearing about all of you, I'm sure, as time goes on. It sounds like you're amazing students and athletes and very committed, as I said earlier, to your own excellence in life. So we'll say goodnight to everyone at this point, and it's been great having everyone on the line with us, and we'll hear you all again next week.